for the taste, you can get the same pleasure from these. If you're drinking it to wake up, chances are there's probably something else going on, and we need to look at, are your adrenal glands overstimulated and exhausted? And maybe we need something like licorice root to build those up again, and herbal superfoods to get you the nutrition that you need for the energy that you're seeking from the coffee. So superfoods and licorice, and maybe 1 cup of coffee a month, I find, is about the best way to keep your adrenal glands in fantastic shape. Because if you have too much coffee, you're overstimulating them, they get exhausted, and they don't produce their proper hormones like they should. So it can actually contribute to exhaustion and fatigue over time. So we want to look at that as well. But that and lobelia. And one last note on lobelia: there's some information out there that it could be harmful, and this does not come from science. This comes from a few anecdotal reports that were from hundreds of years ago, and they've actually been disproven. And they found out that it wasn't lobelia that was causing the problem, it was something else, or that someone thought they were having a problem but they weren't, or there were different situations, but it has been disproven. Lobelia is not toxic. It will not harm you in any way. So don't be worried about that. But if you, more is not better. If you take 1 or 2 dropperfuls of lobelia, it'll really relax you and get that asthma under control, and even relieve an attack in an emergency. And which is what I used it for. I used it instead of my rescue inhaler, and it worked twice as fast as the inhaler. It was fantastic. But if you down a whole ounce of lobelia tincture, it will act as an emetic, which is a vomit inducer. So just to warn you about that. It's great if someone swallowed poison and you need to induce vomiting. It's very effective and reliable for that, even better than Ipecac syrup sometimes. So it can be used for that, but just so you know, keep it to the 1 or 2 dropperful dose of lobelia tincture for the asthma, unless you really want to induce vomiting, because it will do that at higher doses. So just so you know that. So we talked about the colon cleansing and getting that cleared out, and getting away from the dairy products and the lobelia, and drinking enough water. And all of these, when they are put together, they have brought me to the place where I no longer have asthma. It's no longer an issue for me. I don't have attacks anymore. I can go out. I can do athletic things. I don't have allergies anymore. I can be around animals and pollen, and it doesn't bother me. And, it's completely changed my life, and I hope from listening to this today that it will change at least one other life out there. If you can use this information, if even one person out there can use this information to improve their life, I forget who said it, but it was one of the great heroes of history. I'll have to find out who it was and come back with a future show with that. But he said, if I can help even one other human being to breathe easier, then my whole existence has been more than worth it. And so that'll be the theme for this show, breathe easier. And up next we have our Sonia with Beyond the Living. And check out some of the new shows going on here. There's some exciting stuff coming up on RCRN. And I bet you can find several shows that you'd be really interested in addition to this one. So check that out and have a fantastic day. And now we're going to do our closing exercise so that you can sort of seal in all the information that you just learned and make it work more effectively for you. So again, don't try this while driving. Either pause the recording or pull over or do something where you can focus your whole attention on this exercise. So as long as you're in a position where you can do so safely.